Good morning, students. Last class we are done with the introduction of the chapter Chemical Kinetics. We are done that it deals with the study of rates of chemical reaction first of all. So first we are going to study with rate of reaction. Now first, what is rate of reaction? Rate of reaction, it is defined as the change in concentration of reactant or product per unit time. So we can write the formula as rate of reaction is equal to change in concentration of reactant or product upon time taken. Now to understand the formula, let us consider a hypothetical reaction. Hypothetical reaction means an imaginary reaction. R to P, where R is the reactant and P is the product. Again I am repeating, R is the reactant and it is converted into P product. Suppose at initial time Ti, that means the time at which I start the reaction, I put the reactant in the test tube. The initial concentration of reactant is Ri. Square brackets used here represent the concentration and I represents the initial concentration of the reactant. That means the concentration of the reactants we have taken in the test tube at time Ti. That means suppose at 10 o'clock I start the reaction, so 10 o'clock is my Ti. Now, suppose after some time at Tf, the final, that means I see the reaction after half an hour. So suppose 10 o'clock I start and 10:30 I stop the reaction. At 10:30 is Tf, the final time. And the concentration of the reactant, the final concentration of reactant is Rf. So at time Ti, the concentration is Ri, and after some time at time Tf, the final concentration of the reactant is Rf. So I can write the rate of reaction in terms of reactant. We are writing the rate of reaction in terms of reactant. Let us write. Rate is equal to change in concentration of reactant or product. We are writing it in terms of reactant. The change in concentration of reactant means final concentration minus initial upon Tf minus Ti. We know that in this reaction, the concentration of reactant will decrease. Why? Because reactant is slowly converted into product. The concentration of reactant will go on decreasing. So, the answer of this will come out to be negative. Negative delta R by delta T. Since the concentration of reactant decreases, we put a negative sign. The negative sign only represents that during the reaction, the concentration of reactant decreases. Now we want to express the rate of reaction in terms of product. If we want to express it in terms of product, I consider, suppose at initial time Ti, the initial concentration of the product is Pi. Generally in the test tube, when I start the reaction, I only take the reactant, I don't take the product. So I can say that P Pi is 0, but I give it a symbol Pi. Suppose after some time Tf, the final concentration of product is Pf. So the rate of reaction in terms of product is equal to R Pf minus Pi. Pf minus Pi. So we know that Pf will be greater than Pi. Why? Because in the reaction product is formed, and we know that generally Pi will be taken as 0 if I just started the reaction. So Pf is greater than Pi, so I will get a positive sign, delta P upon delta T. So I can write the rate of reaction in terms of reactant or product, doesn't matter, it will be same. I can write it in terms of reactant like this, minus delta R by delta T, and in terms of product, delta P by delta T. Negative sign has no mathematical significance, it only shows that during the reaction, concentration of reactant will decrease. And during the reaction, concentration of product increases is shown by a positive sign. So this is how we write the rate of reaction. Now let us take an example and write the expression for rate of reaction. Let us take this reaction as an example. NO2 this is the reaction. Now we want to write the rate of reaction in terms of reactant and product. There are two reactants. I can measure the rate of reaction in terms of NO2 or CO, or in terms of any one of the products. Any of the reactant or any of the product I measure the rate, it will come out to be same. Suppose one of the students measures it in terms of NO2. So the expression will be negative delta NO2 by delta T, because it is a reactant, so a negative sign. Another child measures it in terms of CO. Their rate will come out to be same. So I can write equal to minus delta CO upon delta T. NO is the product, so my sign changes to positive because I know the concentration of product will increase. And same with CO2. You can see in this reaction, reactants and products involved are gases. In this reaction, reactants and products involved are gases. And at a constant temperature, the concentration is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the gaseous species. Again, I am repeating, if in the reaction gases are involved, then instead of measuring the change in concentration, we can also measure the change in their partial pressures. We can also measure the change in their partial pressures. And if we measure the change in their partial pressures, the expression can be written like this. Rate is equal to minus delta PNO2 upon delta T. Again, I am repeating, if the reactants and products are gases, instead of measuring the change in concentration, I can measure the change in partial pressure of the individual gases. And we can also write the rate of reaction in terms of partial pressure. So we can write the formula, change in partial pressure of the gaseous reactant or products upon time taken, if the reactants and products involved are gases. So this is minus delta partial pressure of CO upon delta T is equal to positive partial pressure of NO upon delta T. Positive delta partial pressure of CO2 upon delta T. So both are correct. You can measure the rate of reaction in terms of concentration, or you can measure it in terms of partial pressure. Both of them are same. So we can measure it in any terms. Second is only applicable if the reactants and products involved are gases. Let us take one more example. Second example, 2HI gas, it dissociates, decomposes into H2 plus I2 gas. Now we are writing the rate of reaction. Now can you see in this reaction, 2 is used for balancing. It is called stoichiometric coefficient. Now stoichiometric coefficient, if are present in a balanced chemical equation, they will come in the denominator. We will write it like this, minus 1 by 2. 2 has come in the denominator. Delta Hi upon delta T. We have to write it in terms of H2. H2 is the product and there is no stoichiometric coefficient. That is 1 upon 1. So I can write plus delta H2 upon delta T. And same in the case of I can write plus delta I2 upon delta T. Now why it is divided by 2? You know, rate of decrease of Hi is twice the rate of formation of H2. Again I am repeating. If 2 moles of Hi are used, 1 mole of I2 is formed. 2 moles of Hi is used, 1 mole of I2 is formed. 4 moles of Hi will be used, 2 moles of I2 will be formed. To make the rates equal, I have to divide this by 2 so that the rates become equal. Again I am repeating, if 2 moles of Hi are used up in this reaction, 1 mole of H2 is formed. So rate of disappearance of Hi is twice the rate of appearance of I2. 2 moles decrease होंगे, तब 1 mole I2 increase होगा. That's why to make the rates equal, I divide by 2. So whenever a stoichiometric coefficient is involved in any reaction, it will always come in the denominator. Even if we are writing it in terms of partial pressure, all involved are gases, so I can write it like this also. Minus half delta partial pressure of Hi upon delta T is equal to plus partial pressure of H2 upon delta T is equal to positive partial pressure of I2 upon delta T. Both are correct. So this is the way to write the expression for rate of reaction. We will do few more examples based on this. But before that, before doing few more examples, let us see what is the unit of rate of reaction. What is the unit of rate of reaction? What is the unit for rate of reaction? Let's see. We know that what is the formula for rate of reaction? Change in concentration of reactant or product. Concentration is measured generally in mole per liter, that is molarity. And time taken, second. So the unit is mole per liter per second, most commonly used. However, if you measure the time in minute, it can be mole per liter per minute. And of course in hour, it can be per hour. But most commonly used is mole per liter per second. But if I consider that rate is change in partial pressure, because you know that instead of concentration, in case of gases, I can consider partial pressure also. Then in that case, the unit of rate will be, I can take the partial pressure in bar or atmosphere, most commonly, or in Pascal. If I take it atmosphere, time in seconds, so it will become atmosphere second. If I take it in bar or I take it in bar in second, so it can become bar second inverse. And if I take it in Pascal in second, Pascal second inverse. So any of them can be used as the unit of rate of reaction. So with this we have done with what is rate of reaction and how to write the expression for rate of reaction. Thank you.